Virgo. Virgo, welcome. Virgo, let's get into this. Let's see what's going on for you. I don't know how you guys are experiencing this Mercury retrograde right now, and this whole eclipse energy. I know for people around me, there's been a lot of conflict, especially in their relationships, where it's just been, let's just leave it as conflicts at that particular point. But I'm curious as to how it's affecting everybody else. When we look into your current energy, Virgo, we see the Queen of Pentacles, followed by the Hierophant, the Seven of Swords, and the Two of Swords. You're feeling pretty stable, generous, just kind of like things are going as per usual. With the Hierophant and Seven of Swords, there can be a connection here with somebody that you're considering a bigger commitment with, but something's just not sitting right with the Seven of Swords. And then with the Two of Swords, there needs to be some type of confrontation. Doesn't need to be a fight, but somebody needs to address a possible fear at this particular point. Why isn't this, why aren't things going in a specific way? For some of you, there can be this whole idea that, maybe you need some guidance with things, but I hear the word therapy. Some type of guidance, because there's some issues that need to be dealt with. One can be fear and just certain things, in order to help make sure that things are moving forward. I'm not a doctor, I'm not a therapist or anything else like that. Just a card reader. Take it as it resonates for you, leave the rest. When we look to the desire, we see the Five of Wands, Judgment, Hermit, and the Nine of Pentacles. Now, looking at this, it seems like somebody wants to prove that they're right. For others of you, there is something that you've been wrestling with for a while, and you would like this to come back around with the Judgment card. You've thought about this long and hard, and you think at this particular point, you're ready to deal with it. Now, when we look to the possible outcome, we see the Seven of Wands. The Seven of Wands talks about conflict, so it looks like it's coming through. It's then clarified by the Chariot, the Knight of Swords, and the Justice card. So, in the near future, you can possibly be expected to, or and it can change too. So standing your ground and then choosing a direction in which you want to go in and being very decisive about it with the Chariot. Knight of Swords and Justice. What happens is once you've made your choice and you've ready to take off, excuse me, there seems to be this energy that, and it may be, all of a sudden I'm yawning like crazy, I apologize. That this is part of a balancing. This is part of a major restructuring, if you will, or balancing. Can be a divorce for some of you, or any other legal proceeding. Now, when we look to what was working for you, there is a new start, the new life. Five of Cups, Four of Cups, Seven of Cups. Underneath that, it's because there's been a lot of regret. There's been a lot of things that may not have been what you've wanted to actually have happen. Sometimes the gifts that are coming in for you or things that are happening, you're just like, meh, I don't really want this. And then the Seven of Cups, the options that are there, maybe just that they don't seem that great. Or it's just really confusing to actually go through and try to figure out. Well, talk about major restructuring. We also have the Tower. This is what you need to be aware of. When you're looking towards the future, you may see yourself and certain things happening. But there's some things that may actually shake up a little bit. And with the Page of Swords here, you may be just sort of waiting to find out how things are going. For some of you, there can be a child involved, where we're looking at something like a pregnancy with the Empress here. Or it can just be an overall type of energy that, you know, as things sort of fall apart and restructuring happens, when you're looking towards the future, you're starting to see the things that have sort of held you back. And the last 3 cards, or 4 cards, we have the Four of Swords, the King of Cups, the Ten of Swords, and the Emperor. So we do have the Emperor and the Empress on the table. With the Four of Swords, being able to relax, being able to sit back and really replay the situations that have gone, rethink things. When it comes to love, with the King of Cups here, and things that have basically been over, being able to take that information and move up into sort of that Emperor energy, bringing about the things that you want. Be careful also that as these things have ended, being very egotistical about it. Sometimes the Emperor is something where it's all about ego. It's like, you know what, I was able to do all of this and blah, 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 blah. That type of stuff, even though it's different for everybody. So I don't know if this makes any sense to you. It's kind of, energies have been weird. Tapping into different energies has been sometimes just bizarre, but that's what I've got for you today. Best of luck this week. We'll see you next time. Stay safe.